For the longest time, I had been praying the prayer, God, what did you make me for? I'd really been feeling like there was something more than just coming to church and hearing the sermons and then going home. I just felt like there was a lot more to me. I wanted to do more. I went on a lot of mission trips. I really love to travel. On one of my mission trips, I went on to Costa Rica, and I met this little boy, and we didn't speak the same language at all. Some of the people from our own church had said, watch out, there's a couple of these kids you want to watch out for. Just like that one little boy over there, you just ignore him, leave him alone, he's bad news. And it really hurt my heart, because here these people were Christians, they were from our own group, and they were telling us to basically write off a person who was a kid. And I immediately just started joking with him and trying to talk to him, and we started playing games, and they had a ball, and we started playing ball, and a few minutes later, he kind of like grabbed me by the shoulders and held me down and was like, you stay here. And he ran off down the street, and he came back with a board and some string, and he made me this bracelet that I wore for a couple of years. Here was this little boy that people were saying to write off. How can you write off a little boy? I never knew his name, but I have a picture of him making this bracelet. And he was so proud, and he was so happy, and I saw nothing wrong with this little boy. But at the same time, I started feeling like I was continuing that prayer, God, what have you made me for? And I felt it was to reach people. I kept feeling pieces of what God was making me for. He wasn't telling me all at once. It was just pieces, and it was to reach people. I just continued to pray about it, and it was a few weeks later, I was driving home one day, I'll never forget it. It was August. It was about 7 o'clock at night, and I was almost 2 blocks from my house, and I heard the word so clear in my head, prison. And I knew that was from God, because I'd never been to prison. I never knew anyone who went to prison. And they had to be from God, because who else would be telling me this? So I just started researching things on prison visitations, prison pen pals, prison inmates, just anything I could on prison ministry itself. I went to a training class and learned all about prison ministry. On that first visit, I try and just be myself, just talk to them like a normal person would. I don't bring my Bible. The reason I do that is because they're told what to do all day, every day. They don't need another person coming in telling them who they should believe in and what they should know. The conversation always turns to God, but I let them bring that up. And once they bring God into the conversation, I know they trust me enough to really know they're listening when I start talking about God to them. She started talking, and I asked her if she had a job. And she said, yeah, I do. I said, oh, do you like your job? She says, yeah, I do. I'm the butcher. And I said, did they give you a knife? So I really think that was God let me know that I could say something stupid and it would still be okay. And we both laughed, and then it was over. And I realized nothing was wrong. It was okay. And as I was talking with her, I realized if I met her in the grocery store, I wouldn't know that she was anybody different, that all she needed was someone to treat her like a normal person. She made mistakes. She told me she made mistakes. Every woman I visited has told me they're where they belong, that if they hadn't been caught, they might be dead. They're glad they got caught. They found God in prison. And I often wonder if I wasn't raised with the most wonderful mother that taught me about God and taught me about right from wrong, or if I didn't make one single different choice at any point in my life, that I could be exactly where they are, and I would want somebody to come visit me. I leave there and I feel sometimes that I get more out of it than they do. They want to share with you. They want to minister to you just as much as you feel like you're going to go there and you're going to minister to them and you're going to just share with them and you're going to let them, pour out, what they need to onto you. And you end up finding yourself sharing with them like you would your best friend, like you would to no one else. And when they find out that I'm not married, they're, oh, I'll be praying about that, honey. One of the last women I visited, this one sticks with me the most. And this is one of the main reasons I go. She, like all the others, have this look on their face like, who is coming to visit me? So I introduce myself, and without fail, they'll hug you. They don't know who you are. They don't know why you're there. You've only said your first name, and they've already hugged you. They're so excited. And we sit down, and we start talking, and she says, so you were just in the area today, and you came by to see me? And I said, well, no. I said, I live about an hour away. And she said, she sat there for a second and had a kind of a look on her face, a curious look, and she said, well, you're going to visit a lot of different people today then. I said, no. I said, I prayed about you all week, and I'm here just to see you. And she stopped, and she started to cry. And she cried because I came to see her. And that's all that mattered. And that's why I do it, for no other reason, because God tells us. He doesn't say go preach to the prisoners. He doesn't say go do this to the prisoners. He just says go visit them. I'm nobody, and he used me to do something so important, and I just couldn't believe it. He had been preparing me while I was waiting for his answer, impatiently waiting for his answer. He was preparing me for something so important, and I was nobody, and he still used me.